Hey everyone, and welcome to my short demonstration video of my new favorite toy, the 737 Throttle quadrant from cockpit-for-you. It's a new German company operated by Thorsten Müller from Berlin, and they are offering these brand new, beautiful crafted 737 throttles. They offered in two versions, motorized and non-motorized. I got the fully motorized version, which comes at €2,000, and it is just beautiful. Thorsten told me he studied electrical, what is the name? Electromechanical engineering, right? And you can really see it in every little detail that this unit is so well designed and crafted. And it's quite heavy, about 22 kilos comes in this, with this heavy metal frame you can see here. And I'll demonstrate you some of the feature of this beautiful unit. I set it up today with Thorsten, which took us quite some time, as I'm still running on FS 2004, and obviously some of the FSU IPC offset he used in his CO script were already blocked in FS 2004, weren't blocked in FS X, but we figured it out, and in the end it's quite easy. The ProSim guys are also working on implementing this unit in their software directly, so it can only get better, but it's fully working. Right, what shall we start with? Yeah, the parking brake. The parking brake is also motorized, meaning that if I try to release it now, it cannot be pushed or pulled. I have to step on the pedals and the brakes will release automatically. Did you see that? And now it's locked again and I have to step on the pedals. You can actually hear it. Yep, now it's released, or it can be released. Parking brake set. Get off the pedals and release it again. Beautiful. The trim wheels are also motorized, as well as the trim indicators here. You can either trim menu by turning the wheels, and you see the indicator moving on both sides. Or you can also use the buttons on the yoke, of course. And here the magic happens. Beautiful. The auto throttle on this unit is not done by servo motors, but by heavy DC motors, which have some advantages over using servos. They're more powerful, they cannot be harmed when you would advance the throttles with auto throttle still engaged. That's one of the advantages, and it's capable of smooth movements here. If I just press the toggle buttons, you see they're advancing quite nicely. They still have to be a little bit fine-tuned, but you can see what they're capable of here. It looks very nice. And remember, this unit comes for a few thousand euros. I mean, €2,000. That's a little bit more than what nowadays an unmotorized throttle quadrant would cost you. So I think this is a really good deal. I don't know how long he will hold the price at 2,000, so you better order it fast. You won't regret it. I can highly recommend this unit. And Thorsten's support is outstanding, I have to say that. We configured everything today via phone. Took us a few hours, but that was more due to my old FS 2004 setup. It can be configured now quite fast, I guess. And the ProSim guys are also working on implementing it directly within their software, so it should become very easy. And if it's not too easy for you, you're still experiencing difficulties, then Thorsten is very helpful. Brake is also motorized, but we are standing on the ground now in Berlin Tegel. I just finished my flight, so what I can show you right now is, yeah, you have to pull it up and it can be set to its up position. If I push the throttles now, see what happens. Pretty cool, huh? Very forceful, very powerful motion. Looks like the real deal, I guess. I didn't pay that close attention in the videos. But it looks very good. Here we have the levers. Beautiful design. You see there is no blurry engraving here as you sometimes see it with other windows. Everything here looks clearly readable. You can really see how well made this unit is. And remember, it's 2,000 euros. That's slightly above the price other vendors ask for a non-motorized version. So you really can't go wrong here. Everything is well built. The reversers can be engaged when the throttle is in the idle position, so you can pull both up and down. And if you advance the throttle levers, you see the mechanism is actually locking them. As well as if they're up and you, if they're up and you would try to advance the throttle, so it's kind of difficult with one hand for the camera. They would also block. The flap lever is also well manufactured. Full metal design here. And look at the beautiful flap gates here. It's all aluminium, and just like in the rear thing, you can't just move directly back to the full extended position or vice versa. You have to go through gates, and those are these little gates here. So you have to stop at them, get down with the lever and pull it through all the way back to the next gate, which is at flaps 1.5, and pull it through, and then you can go all the way down to flaps 40. Let's go back up. You have to pull it up, quite a heavy mechanism. Switches on this unit. Switches on this unit are functional as well. The step cutout switches are operating. What's not working at this time, unfortunately, is the horn cutout switch. I already talked to Thorsten about implementing it, and I think it's coming in a future version, and I will retrofit mine definitely, because the gear warning sound is quite annoying and sometimes you just can't get around it. So I really like to have that one, but it's coming in the future. Here we have the fuel cutoff levers, also pretty hefty mechanism. You really have to pull it out firmly, and they're locking in the up and down position. Trim wheels themselves unfortunately do not feature this little handle that can be pulled out if you manually would have to trim. I think that's coming in future versions as an option at least, and you can easily change the trim wheels here with the screw, unscrew them, replace it if you wanted. I think it's more an optical thing, and since the flight deck is mostly dark. You will forget about that soon. But for all purists and the flight sim community, you can surely retrofit that at one point. Backlighting is also made quite well on the full unit. Everything backlit, and it has a separate power inlet, so if you want to connect it to a relay card, for example, that if you have no power it will turn off as well. I still haven't connected that one like I did with my main instrument panel, so we're actually running on ground power, and if I disconnect it to see what's happening. Pretty cool, huh? I really like that. It's easy to make and it so much adds to realism. Let's do a short auto throttle test. We're still sitting on the ground, but what we can do is arm the auto throttle and still have them advance to their takeoff thrust position. You can press either one of the buttons here and off we go. Smooth movement. It still has to be fine-tuned, but it's running on DC motors instead of throttle and instead of servos, and I think it has some advantages, as you can also move the levers even though auto throttle is engaged, and it won't harm the motors, and smooth movements are possible. I don't think that ProSim fully supports the DC motor feature yet, but Torsten's script does, and in combination with ProSim it just works nice. But I think they're also working on implementing this unit to really make it plug and play with ProSim. That's another nice feature here. I just tried to engage the parking brake, but I think we have no brake pressure left. So, I think it's connected to the hydraulics, but I'm not quite sure. Bad pilot. Yeah, now it's working. And automatic release. So here we are at Berlin-Tegel for a short demonstration of the auto throttle. And as I said, it just needs some fine-tuning. I didn't really fine-tune it yet with Torsten, but it's already working quite nicely. Auto throttle is armed, so toga. No, it's not. No. My bad. Forgive me my flying, it's quite difficult with one hand. And already some trimming. Autopilot is not yet engaged, but we'll do that quite fast since we want to demonstrate the trim features. Traffic. There we go. And let's just select, I don't know, 3,000 feet to 7,000, a heading and speed. Let's say 250. That's up. right now it's all about the throttle and my flying rate. You can see the autopilot is now engaged, trim wheels are turning, as well as the trim indication. Isn't this beautiful?